Hey, what's up, Chuckle Fucks? This is my easy Brimstone lineups for Icebox. Now, all I use is the crosshair and the tip of the molly, so this one is not a lie, so we're just going to jump into it. For A site, we have two plant spots. They're fairly close to each other. I don't really see anything else except for like a sage wall maybe here. And
right here.
Over here. But what I like to do is just
got the spike
here or at ropes. So most of these are gonna
spike
cover
dropped.
both of those spots because they
plant the spike.
Right here. We'll just run into it. Coming from attacker's side, we go over here against this wall. This one's not mine. Just warning. And you'll see a line right here on the ceiling. You just aim at the middle of that. Bounces off that wall and lands right there, covering both spots. So that one works for that. And another one that I just quickly found was you go against this wall, the other side of that wall, and you see this arrow pointing up. You're looking at the right side of that arrow, like how it has that triangle. Looking at that and just going up to where that right tip meets that line.
Ollie!
And you shoot. This one isn't necessarily for plant. It could be, but it's also great for attacking when you want. If you know someone's up here, then you force them out of behind this wall, and they are forced to peek. So for the other spot, we're gonna come on over here, and you'll see these
right here
lamps. And you just wedge yourself in the corner of the stairs and the lamps, and it'll create this little window here. All you do is aim at the left corner,
Molly,
making sure not to hit any part of that wall, and that lands the exact same spot as before. It covers both spots, and that covers it for A site.
Got the spike.
And if we come on over to B, this one is a little trickier for these plants.
Spike drop.
I have a
spike here.
And
plant the
back
spike.
Here in that cubby. So let's start over at attacker's side. If we want to get that default position, we just hop on these boxes, hop up here, and you'll see the little caution thing on this yellow. Just aim to the right side of that. It'll bounce off, land right there. It's pretty quick. For the next one, or coming about the same side, except you're coming over here, and what you want to do is line up so then you only see like a straight line here instead of this yellow wall here. You just slide along the wall until it's basically hidden, and what you do is put the tip of the molly on the top of this actuator on the crane here,
molly,
and you just shoot. And that lands in the middle of this cubby, so it covers both
plant the spike
here and here. For our next spot, coming on over here, over to Snowman, and what we can do for this one is, for default, you slide along this wall until you like notice a height difference, or alternatively, you can look at the base of the crane here until this wall meets the crane. So there's two different ways you can figure out you're in the right spot. And for this, all you want to do is put the tip of the molly on like a right triangle here. If you notice if you notice this slope here, if that's the hypotenuse, I know we're diving into some math here, and you do a right triangle, you put it at the tip of that right triangle, and
Ollie,
that should land right at default, like that. Alternatively, there's another spot, and if you don't have time to like go on this little slope part, you can wedge yourself in the corner here, and this one uses part of your HUD. So if you know you have that little mouse icon above the tip of the molly, what you're doing is you're wedging the left part of that in that crease on the snow of the building right here. So you put the left side on in there, and you just shoot.
Molly!
This one is a little harder to remember, so that's why I say use the other one. Except it's a little safer because you're farther behind that wall. Now, to hit underneath here,
Plant the spike.
you're gonna wedge yourself in that same corner as before, and you're looking at the crane here. Sorry, I just lied. This is to hit upstairs.
Right here.
You're just looking where this crease on the crane meets this line, and you just aim at that cross
Molly!
intersection, and it hits up here. It's odd, but it's pretty cool. To hit that default position, you go at the little slope part here where you go up, or you can use that. And what you're doing is you're looking about halfway up from what you did before. So the crease, the line, and then halfway up right here.
Molly!
That bounces twice and drops. Problem is, it doesn't
Plant the
hit
spike.
back here, so you have to plant back there if you're going to be shooting from Snowman. That covers it for Icebox, my Brimmy lineups. You know, stay safe, don't do drugs.